Please welcome the folks from Anomaly. Hey, Brian. How are you? Come on over. Sorry, Brian, I wasn't sure if you were coming solo or if you were bringing...
I'm solo.
Just you. It's good enough.
Just me.
Brian, why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm Brian Haberlin, co-founder of Anomaly Productions, where we do cool interactive graphic novels and apps and augmented reality.
Who's your other co-founder?
My co-founder is Skip Brittenham.
Have you guys heard of Skip Brittenham in this room? Yes. For those of you who haven't, Skip Brittenham runs Hollywood.
Okay.
Correct? He's one of the most powerful attorneys in Hollywood. How did he connect with you? Yeah. Did he tell you that? Okay. How did he connect with you? He said, I want to make a comic book?
His wife challenged him to be more creative. And he decided to do that he's always had a passion and love for comics and graphic novels. And he got a laundry list from various people who he knew in the industry, and I was on the list, and he found my stuff. And
he called you up and said, you do good stuff.
Yeah.
Come make this with me.
Yeah.
And you said, okay. Yeah. Okay, so why don't you explain it?
This is Anomaly. This is the longest original full-color graphic novel ever done. It weighs in at about 370 pages. What I like about it is it's thick enough that it can protect you from a small caliber weapon, or it can be used as a weapon itself if you have to.
And we're not going to demo that,
okay,
but it looks big and heavy. It's real. It's a real book. It's not a virtual book.
This is a real book.
It's not really a one-hander.
And what's cool, too, so it's not just, we have all the other digital bells and whistles, but also with this thing, we did this with stochastic screens and wide gambit printing inks, so the pages actually match an RGB monitor, which is an incredible wide vision of color. And we were even crazy enough to do, let me get to it. You would think I would know in my own book where things are. We have double page spreads like that.
And why are you making a giant, hugely expensive comic book instead of putting it on an app? I mean, aren't most people now who are into this stuff watching it are you viewing it on an iPad? Skip
and I both love books. And really, there's no mobile device that you can do that with yet. This is a big, big thing. So what we did also for the love of books is we added some cool, fun stuff to it.
Let's see the cool, fun stuff.
Okay.
So we have a stock iPad here.
Yep.
Welcome to the world of Anomaly. Take a look inside and be amazed.
So this is our brand new, and then you can kind of poke them. They're all interactive.
What are you looking at?
So do you want to explain what's going on here, in case
No.
anyone's confused?
Let me do one more.
You still here?
There you go. This is augmented reality. So with Android device, phone, pads, tablets, you name it, anything basically with a camera, you download the free app, and it is triggered to work off different images. So we don't have to have QR codes or anything like that anymore. It's directly off.
The app recognizes this is a picture that has interactivity into
Yeah.
it. And let's just back up for a second. The model here is I buy the book, and the app is free?
Yep.
So the book costs what?
This book costs about $45 on Amazon, I'd say.
That's much less than I thought it would be. And the app is free. Did it start off at 45, or have you guys cut your prices?
No. Its retail is 75, but Amazon does what Amazon does.
Right. And so the intent is this is all a bundle. I should get it all together.
Yeah. Yeah, it says right. We even have a guide in the front where it says where to get it, how to use it.
Right. And then so how do I use it? Is the idea that I'm going to read the entire book, then go back and play with the app, or are there specific times it tells me to use the app?
Well, I think it's going to be, that's one of the great parts about it, okay? So let's jump into that. So when we fire up the app from scratch, it has start, website, all that kind of stuff. You go to start, it gives you a little bit what you do, how you do it. Let's get started. And what I get really excited about with it is the interaction is set by us in the app. So we can change pages and update pages. In fact, you'll see some news on this. This is the new updated version of the app that isn't out yet. So this is going to be the first graphic novel ever. It came out in November. We're updating the app at the end of this month. It'll be the first graphic novel that after publication can continue to grow.
So this book stays the same. I don't have to go buy a new
Nope.
book, but there's new content
Yep.
via the app.
Yeah, here, I'll show you some. So at any update, we can always change things, add new content.
Clicks.
And so you can go right in on the character. You see all you nice people in the background. You can even stick your hand in and do a little poking. But he's interactive. He's a warrior, and he doesn't like getting poked. And so he'll start taking swipes at you.
He's responding to you touching the iPad.
Yeah.
You
And then there's full appendices information that's not in the physical book.
So how do you think how are people reading this? Is the idea that I read the entire book all the way through, then I go back and play with
I think people do both.
How do you want them to read it? This is your work.
I want them to read it I want them to read it and then go back and do the bells and
So
whistles.
this is like the extra cuts on a DVD?
Yes. In fact, there are things that we'll be doing where we show the sketch for the page and the color for the page comes up and my voice commentating it. So very much like a DVD.
So even though this is awesome, if I never pick up the app at all, you're happy as long as I read the book?
Oh, yeah.
It should stand alone.
Yeah. But the idea is to even go beyond that. So we have, besides the augmented reality, here, let me show you one more fun one that I like a lot, okay? I'm going to jump ahead. Because we also have an interactive book that has 16 voice actors from film and television doing 90 speaking parts.
And that's separate from this?
Separate.
And do I have to pay for that, or is that
That one you have to pay for,
Okay,
but
how
you
much
get
is
the
that?
first part for free.
Ah.
It's $4.99.
$4.99 per
No, the whole thing.
the whole Megillah?
Yeah. So interactive fireworks. And again, you could literally walk all the way around the book 360 and see the backs of things and fronts of things. But let me jump to that interactive.
Okay.
Thanks.
So how long does it take to make the book, the comic itself?
3 years.
3 years, and then the interactivity, the bells and whistles,
About a year.
a year on top of this. This is
Yeah.
a 4-year project.
Yeah.
So you're going to do another one.
Yes, we're already 60 pages into the next one,
And-
Anomaly 2. And we have 2 other completely different graphic novels coming out later this year.
So writing the book will never get faster, right? That takes as long as it makes to make. But the app, you don't have to reinvent again.
No, and we actually, my process for doing graphic novels and comics is different than anyone else's. We take a animation approach. So everything that you see in here is a 3D model based. So it's all built for interactivity. So they're all ready for lip sync. They're all ready for being printed out as 3D prints. We already have some big maquettes that we've made off these things. So there's built to do all this stuff much faster. Like if Marvel had to do this and they don't have 3D models, they got to make a model of Spider-Man, his apartment, and all those things. We have that all set. The world, the ships, everything is built.
And is that the idea here, that you prove this out and people like it, and then you go to Disney and Marvel and say, look at this awesome technology we built, it's yours, we're going to
No.
white label it. This is your thing, it's a standalone company.
More interesting in doing our own stories.
And you and
our own
Skip have
characters.
funded it yourself?
Yeah.
And you're taking venture funding from these guys?
Well, I don't know.
Come on, talk to them afterwards.
All right, so this is the interactive one. So we built our own authoring platform. In fact, this thing is also it's on the Nook, it's on the Kindle, it's on everything. iBook version of it. So
This
again,
is the $5 app.
this is the $5 app. And this has an additional 150 pages worth of appendices content that's not in the actual printed book.
Prologue.
It happens, just like it does almost every night. Cestus Prime.
So you see there's
Standard
parallax
first
on all the
contact
panels, so there's also
mission
movement on different layers in the panel. But then these hot spots come up. And you press the hot spot,
Cestus Prime.
and you get all the information on the planet. You spin around the little icon thing there. Show you another one. Then you look at the ship, you go, I want to know more about the ship.
CSV Verdo.
And again, this is all sort of, again, like we talked about the deep cuts. This is
Yeah.
this adds on to the book.
Yes.
Is it a standalone? Is there a standalone story here
Yes.
that I would enjoy if I'd never picked up the book?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and then we built this, so we'll do this first one and I'll show
We're
you.
the best. Conglomerate enforcers. Proven time and time again, ready for anything.
Really the idea behind this whole interface too is that you can consume it any way you want to. So you can have it, as we just had it, directed mode where I'm advancing it with my finger. You can have it auto, so it's automatically being played to you like a movie. Or free mode where you can go in and zoom in and check out all the panels. You can also have the control to turn off the words if you want, the word balloons, turns off the voices, turns off the music, turn on and off those touch points. Or you can go directly to the appendices and not have to go through the story and go, okay, I want to see, because we have part of the appendices are written first person from one of the characters who gets marooned on a planet. This is 2717. We have a group of people who are sent on a away mission. They think that it's just to meet first contact with a new planet. Really, they're sent there to be gotten rid of. No one ever returns from this planet.
I don't want to go on that mission. So all in, we've got how many hours of content here between the book and the VR stuff and the app?
About 4 hours.
4 hours.
If you sat down
If I
straight
sat
and went
down-
through everything, yeah.
It seems like more,
Well, probably if you read all the appendices, maybe more.
but
I mean,
I'd need to get out of the house eventually.
yeah, you would.
So you've been selling these since November? That people are buying them?
Oh, yeah.
What are they using the most? Are they using the VR stuff? Are they using the app?
Well, the sales of the book and the app are the same because
Right.
the AR app.
But you
because
can tell when
because
they're using it, right? I assume.
Yeah. And, but a lot of people are doing, I mean, they do, what we want to do is we want to hit everything. So like I said, we hit the Nook, we have the app on the iOS, we have the app on the Kindle, we have a iBook flavor version of it. So we really wanted to give people the option of consuming it how they're used to consuming things. So people who go to the iBook store, they buy things from the iBook store. They don't look in the app store for a graphic novel. You know, so
Right.
we kind of broke it down.
So there's no one sort of killer feature here that people like different parts of it. And if someone out here finds you in the hall and says, this is great, I want to use it for my next whatever, you say, sorry, it's our own thing.
Right.
Sorry, guys, you can't.
Well, we'll sell the authoring system, but that's about it.
Okay, we have a conversation. Thanks, Brian.
Peter, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.